Since this is our first time doing this project, and now that we're going to be getting a budget, when we received the packages, I think it was towards the end of last year, there was a breakdown of what allocation is for. So I wanted to find out, since now we're getting the different tranches, will the tranche indicate what monies are for?
All right. I mean,
There's monies for expenses and then there's monies for the actual project.
okay. I tried to explain it last meeting. With this Erasmus project, it is lump sum accounting. That means you get a lump sum, you get 40% of the total amount right now. All right. This is calculated on the breakdown that you just mentioned. All right. But what you actually do with this money, nobody will come and check. They will not do financial accounting. They will not come and check Thambeni has bought a laptop or Thambeni has bought a ticket or Thambeni has done this or that with the money. They will not. You will at the end of the project, you will not have to provide financial records for what you've done with your money. What we have to do instead is actually account for our achievements. So at the end of the 40% project period, when the next lump sum is due, they want to see that we have actually achieved the 40% of the whole project, what we've promised to do. So if you receive money now, but you don't have actually activities in this first couple of weeks, save the money for later because you will need it once your activities start. All right. So what we have to account for is our actions, our achievements, our successes, our numbers. We don't have to account for how we spend the money. Does that make it clearer?
Hierdie sin
Yeah,
is
it's noted.
meer formeel.
Ja,
The catalog represents artworks by Leon
Collie?
met jou studente.
nee, ek dink jy nie.
Collie?
Uh-uh.
Collie, you're unmuted.
Sorry,
Unless you wanted to say something, feel free.
sorry.
All right. Okay. So we can also during the kickoff meeting we can also like have a full session on how this will work, how we need to prove to EU that we've done what we've done, because that will be one of the biggest issues that we really have to tackle is how do we provide all the information they might want to see in an audit, because they do not want to see the receipts for something. All right. Taya raised her hand. Taya, please.
So for the kickoff meeting, we can either Micah or me, maybe rather me, we can give like this session. So we can just make it hybrid and then we will talk about what we can expect from an audit because we sort of know what to expect, and then also what you should do in order to prove to the European Union that you have done the actions. So maybe I'd need like 30 minutes for a session like this. So when you plan a kickoff meeting,
That would be
know.
very nice. I
Yeah.
think that would be very helpful.
I just write a period in the chat where I won't be available, but everything outside this period is no problem at all.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And regarding the numbers, of course, it's always referring to the grant agreement. So for the next round, we will definitely take care that we will look at the grant agreement and take these numbers. But I think in the end, it won't make a huge difference of what we have transferred, because I think like only for a few partners, when I check the numbers, they rounded it up, sometimes they rounded it down again. And so it's like, in the end, it will result in the same number. So yeah. But for your reference, of course, the one that's stated in the grant agreement. But if you want to know exactly what has been planned, of course, this is like the proposal Excel sheet. Because there it's more divided into the categories.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just seeing your dates, Taya, because we'll start on the 28th, and you're leaving on the 30th, or you leave already. So maybe we'll schedule you for the 29th, the Tuesday.
That's fine for me. Yes.
Yeah, I'll send you the time later.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
Then-
that works. Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions for Taya? Because otherwise I would release her.
All right, then have a good day and see you then.
Thank you for making
Goodbye.
it, Taya. Bye-bye. Well, then for us, let's move on quickly to the kickoff meeting organizational planning. The list you see on the right of the screen is the ones who have already provided GetNet with the information he needs for the invitation letters. Whoever is not on this list but is planning to travel to the kickoff meeting, please make sure you fill in the Google form that he shared so that his president can sign the invitation letters soonest, because we need to start applying for our visas. And it would also be helpful for GetNet as well as myself if we could get an overview of who is coming. If we have a final participants list, that would be very helpful for planning purposes. And we know how much we need to provide of what and so on. So maybe we do not need to discuss this here, but you should make sure that you have your project team set up. You know who's going to work in this project with you for your institution, and who of your team is going to come for the kickoff meeting. So let GetNet know and let myself know as well, please. Anything else? So I've booked my hotel. I'm waiting for the invitation letter to, I've also booked my flight. So I'm now waiting for the invitation letter so I can start my visa process. I hope you all have also started your proceedings on that. Any comments, questions so far?
Again, you will have had it from me today. I just wanted to ask GetNet, do you maybe know when we can expect that invitation letters? Or you are waiting for all partners to give you the data and then to issue them? But do you maybe have some timeline in mind, just to know with the visas we also should have a scene, so just to know to arrange everything.
I'm not even sure that GetNet is here today because he's on an assignment. So, but how I understood him from our last email was that he is waiting to have all of the invitation letters ready so he can go to his president for the signature. So please, everybody else who's wanting to travel and hasn't filled the Google form, do so today so that we can move on with this, yeah? Well done. You might have asked yourself how this project is going to work, and during the kickoff meeting, we will have to set up a lot of the project structure. And if you look at the proposal, because this project is a 100% virtual project, we will not come together after the kickoff meeting again in person. All of it has to happen virtually. So we will have to also manage this project virtually. Hans-Vite and myself, we have a bit of a responsibility here because that's the work package that has been assigned to us as the coordinator of this project. But each of your teams also has to take up responsibility in managing, steering, organizing, shaping this project. So the proposals foresees that we set up project teams. So the first one is for each of your institution, you will have to have a project team that is working on this. So you need to see what your role is, what your responsibility is, what your activities will be, and who you need from your team, from your institution to help you with this work. But then we will also have a project steering committee. So this will be probably somebody from each of our institutions that comes together for more of the directing of the project. Then we will have an e-internship program committee, because the biggest activity of this project will really be the e-internship, which I think it happens in year 2 and 3, where students and young people will come together in a virtual company and do their virtual internship in this e-internship program. And this needs to be prepared. So the work packages that are before that are all in preparation of these e-internships. So we have good structures, good guidelines, manuals, learning materials, resources, and so on in place. We have set it up in all of our institutions so that we can run it. So all of the preparation and then the oversight of this e-internship program will be under the e-internship program committee. So we'll have to set that up. And then there is, we'll have to have a communication and dissemination team, because if we work virtually, we will also need to make sure we can communicate in our different places, but we can also communicate our results. We can publish our results. We can also maybe advertise our results to actually also make sure that what we've done is seen as part of each of our portfolios, so we can use it later on. And I had a meeting with Free State University in South Africa yesterday, because they have done a virtual exchange program for the last 4 years. And they have an excellent track record for their dissemination. They have published a lot on the 4 years of program that they had. So I'm very, very pleased, really, that they are on our team, and they are also partly in charge of the dissemination for this program. So that is what I wanted to say here. And then we will work in task force, and we will set these committees, teams, task force up during the kickoff meeting. I just wanted to put it out here so that you understand how this project is going to work, and that one of the tasks that we will have to do during the kickoff meeting is forming these committees and task force. So looking at your work package responsibilities and your planned activities, your strengths, maybe your passions, you might also try to identify in which of these committees and task force you see yourself, so that when we get to it and during the kickoff meeting, you already have an idea where you want to be part of. Which brings me to the work packages. We are right now in work package 1, which is called Setting Off. And the whole idea of this work package is to make sure that we're all ready for what comes in work package 2 and 3, which is the e-internship. Responsibility is with us, as a program coordinator, but also with Hawassa and Humk University. So I hope you are aware and that you will start chipping in very soon to make sure that we get what we need to be able to run the e-internship. And wait, there should be deliverables there as well. No, missing a page here, I'm sorry. But you can check in the, what is this? This is very strange. Okay. So I'm sorry about this. So I'm missing a slide here. So in the proposal, but also in the new platform that I've set up, the ZenKit, I hope you had a look at it, because I've put the deliverables and I've put the tasks that come with each deliverable there, and I've assigned it to each of the institutions. So you can see which are yours, which are your responsibilities. And if you start working on it, you can indicated in the ZenKit as well, so that everybody is aware of what's happening right now. So this is Eve design. Sorry, what I was saying before, that it was setting off was Hawass and Hamk. That was wrong. Hawass and Hamk are in charge of the second work package, which is the designing of the virtual exchange and the capacitating of newcomers. So that is the TOTs that we will do for your institution staff, so that they are capacitated to run those e-internships and trainings. These are the deliverables that come with it. You can also look them up. You don't have to read them here now. Then we have work package 3, which is now the implementation of the e-internship. And here we have responsibility with Kita in Ghana and Nikosa in South Africa, one for the higher education institutions and one for the youth institutions, because we will have 2 concurrent programs, one for students and one for youth. And now here you can see we have promised quite large numbers of people to be trained and youngsters to be taken through these e-internships. And this is where the reporting now comes in. So at the end, what we have to prove to EU is that we have put these number of people through our program. So instead of saying we've spent 19,000 euros on this or that, what we have to prove is we actually have offered or taken 1,000 youth workers, students, and so on through our program. So we need to set up systems that prove exactly that. These are the deliverables. And then we have the work package 4, communication, dissemination, exploitation. And in charge is EDI and Free State University. This is work package 4 that sounds as if it's coming at the end. But I feel we need to set up our strategy on how we want to communicate, how we want to disseminate, and how we want to exploit from the very beginning. So whatever we do already thinks about how can we communicate, how can we disseminate, and we set up all the structures in place that might be needed later to achieve this. So this will be one big topic during the kickoff meeting as well, how we can set up a very good communication, dissemination, and exploitation strategy, and what kind of systems we might need to have in place, and what everybody needs to maybe do and think about doing their activities, so that we can always include this as an underlining general topic. Last thing is the last work package is management and quality architecture. Again, this sounds as if it's at the end, but this is, of course, an underlying issue that has to run through all the work packages. And here the responsibility is mainly on my shoulders and on Webin's shoulders, who will in the end do the evaluation and make sure that whatever we report is agreeable with the EU. So during the kickoff meeting, we will also report on this, how we're planning to do this, and especially on the quality architecture, how this is going to be structured, because this is the main issues that I see. I have no doubt that we can put together a beautiful program for our students and for our youngsters. The issue that I see is how can we set it up in such a way that it's reportable and that it's reported in the format that EU wants to see. All right, so that's where this comes in. These are the deliverables that come with it. Well, now you have hopefully seen where your responsibilities are, which work package you are mostly involved in. So what I would like to do on the first day of the kickoff meeting is a day of introductions, in such a way is that we get to know each other, but that you also already give us an idea what the background and strengths of your own institution is, what you bring to the team, what you bring to the project, and how you see yourself with this strengths and gift that you have in your role and your work package responsibility. So please, before you come to the kickoff meeting, already think about that. What are you going to do in the project? What's your work package responsibility? And how does that match your institution's abilities? So that each of us gets a better understanding of what your part in this project is going to be and how you're going to fulfill your role. Any questions before I talk anymore? Or any comments so far? No? All clear? Everybody's happy to introduce themselves? Okay, good. Then I would like to ask the team from Webin to, during the kickoff meeting, to give us an input on the project quality architecture. All right, Dragana is nodding, so that is all right. And then I would like to spend as long as we need, it might be 2 days, on an interactive activity where we all together build the Gantt chart on the wall. I will print out a big template, and we will have like cards with the tasks and the deliverables, and then we can put them on this big template so that each of us better understands where the activities come in, where the deliverables come in, where the roles and responsibilities come in, and we can discuss how we're going to fulfill the promises that we've made. So if we say we're going to do this training, this TOT, this e-internship, how is, so that we all understand what's it going to look like in each of your institutions? What are you going to do? And at this point, the proposal is basically an empty framework, and we can fill it with our own ideas, suggestions. Where we also need to understand is what are the opportunities in your place? Who's your target group? Because we don't know of all of the partners yet, what you can do, what you would like to do, who your people are, so that you can bring this to the table and then we can discuss, well, this task, I see it like this. In our institution, it would work like this. We have these and these people who would be our target group, so that we can discuss all of that, lay it all out, put it into put flesh on the bones, and then put it all on the wall, and everybody understands actually what their role is, what their activities are, what their responsibilities are. And I would like to give us as much time as possible, or as much time as we need, so that we have a very clear understanding, at least for the first 2 years, what's going to happen. Any comments, questions? I see there's something in the chat. Let me just check. Namfundo, yes, Osman is recording, and his recording is transcribing automatically, so I will upload it on the platform later. And the slides as well. Yes, Matt, I always put the PPTs up. All right. Any questions to what I said, or any comments, anything that might be not clear? Obviously, I'm still making sense. Thankful. So these are other questions that I would like you to think about before the kickoff meeting, and to bring it to the table once we are together. So one question is who are the target groups? Because if we have to meet those numbers, train those thousands of people, we need to think about, okay, where do we find them? How are we going to reach them? How are we going to attract them to the program? How are we going to choose them? maybe. Yeah. So there is also one task where we have to make sure the way we admit people to our projects is equitable, it's fair, it's inclusive, and so on. So these are all questions that I need you to think about beforehand. Where are the numbers coming from? Who are these people and what are their needs? And how are we reaching them? How are we attracting them? And then in the proposal, there's also a big role played by a group called Friends of the Project. This is basically stakeholders or maybe people with an interest in our work who we can attract to our work as well, and maybe use as a network, use for outreach, use maybe also for input. So maybe you can also already start thinking about, in your country, in your context, who might be people, institutions, groups, networks that could be interested in our work and that we could invite to join us as a group of friends of this project. So start thinking about that already as well. So maybe who's working in youth work, in youth entrepreneurship, in innovation, in e-learning, all of that, something like this, digitalization, whatever comes to your mind. So we can sort through this big number of people and come up with people that, a list of people that we want to invite. And then on the last day, what I would like to do during the kickoff meeting is also make sure that we're all on the same page of where we're going with this, so that we all understand what our goal is and that we have a common vision of what success would look like for us, what we really want to achieve. And then what we also need to look at is maybe, if we think about sustainability, if we think about communication dissemination, where might be the tumblestones? What might be difficult? What do we need to address or to overcome to make sure that we can achieve sustainability and we can pull off our communication dissemination strategy? And I would like to ask Free State University and EDI, Getnet is not here today, to have a one-on-one meeting with me again so we can talk about the communication dissemination. And Dragana, you wanted to come as well because you said you already had a template, right? So that we can start this process already before the kickoff meeting, and maybe you guys can also say something about the dissemination and communication strategy during the kickoff meeting. So if we can have a small input there, that would also be very helpful. But what I would like to do is basically look from each of your perspectives at what could be difficult and what do we need to take care of to make sure that we can pull it off. That is my suggestion so far. There is the question, do we want to have a half day off, cultural day, excursion, whatever? We would need to get Getnet to say if that's possible at all. But I would also like to open the floor now to hear if there's anything that you feel missing from the agenda of the kickoff meeting that you would like to exclude, that you really feel needs to be addressed, or so on. Please open your mics, feel free to give your input.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Samuel.
Okay, so I was just wondering whether some softwares have already been developed for these e-internships, or it is part of the project, or the institutions will have to develop their own as part of the project.
Okay.
And
yeah.
secondly, please, you can go ahead.
No. So, continue.
Yes, the other part is, are we arriving on probably Sunday and leaving on Saturday, or we arriving on a Monday and leaving on Friday?
All right. First question.
Yes.
There is, some of us already have something. which we can also maybe introduce during the kickoff meeting, because Matthew is already working with a simulation. Our university, I just found out, we have a virtual meeting room, which we could also use. I'm in the exploration period right now to see how that would work. But I think it's also during this project, we'll have to develop maybe, adjust maybe, and see what we have, what we need to add so that it will work. So that's like, I think once everybody says what their strengths is, like I expect Matthew, for example, to talk about what BizMatrix is doing with their simulations and what options there are for different simulations. Then we can see how this will develop. Yeah. So I think some of it is there. It might need some adjustments, some amendments. So putting it together, I feel like Free State University has done a lot already. They can maybe also tell us how they've done it, and then we can learn from it and see what we need. Second question, it's up to you, honestly, like how you feel. I'm arriving actually the night Saturday to Sunday, so I'll be there the whole Sunday already, and I'm leaving on the 3rd, so like in the night. So I'll be there the full period, but I know from Corley that she wants to arrive on Monday morning. I think both is fine. I'm not intending to have full program Monday morning at 8. I think everybody can just arrive Monday morning, not too late, please, so that we do not, I would, let's say, I would like to have a full program Monday afternoon, so that everybody is at least there by lunch.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Matt.
Hi, Anya. So the flights from Joburg, they leave at 8 in the morning and only arrive in Ethiopia at 2 in the afternoon, I think.
Then I would like to ask you to come on Sunday.
Okay, but okay, so maybe I'll ask Corley how she's going to get here.
All right. Maybe you coordinate, because I'd rather not miss the whole Monday, because we have quite a full program. We need to get to know each other. We have a lot to work around. If everybody just comes, because if you arrive at 2, then you drive through Addis. Addis is huge, you know. You need to check into your hotel. Until you're there, it will be evening. That means we'll have lost the whole Monday.
Because I see, and now I'm getting a bit confused, because in the last meeting, we did say Monday would just be getting to know each other. So if we can just firm up the schedule, because then we can plan around it.
Yeah, but you see, I would not say getting to know each other on Monday is over dinner. I would rather have the whole afternoon to do that, because everybody, we're 10 institutions. If each of us needs to introduce ourselves and like talk a little bit about what we do.
All I'm saying is, Tanya, if we can firm it up, because in the last one, we did say we gave you the flight times from Ethiopia, and we said we were coming in the afternoon. In the last meeting, I did say these are the flight times from Johannesburg, and there was no, oh, but on the Monday we're going to be doing this and doing that.
Right, like from what I understood, from what I understood from Corley and the last meeting is that your flights will be arriving Monday morning, which would be totally okay with me. But if they arrive Monday afternoon, I don't think that is okay.
Yeah, the earliest
I'd rather
flight
have
out.
Program on the Monday afternoon.
Okay, so we all have to come on the Sunday then.
Actually, that's not true, Matt. If your flight can arrive Monday morning, that's fine as well. But I would like to be everybody to be there Monday lunchtime, so that after lunch we can start with program. Then Benny raised her hand.
In that case, how does Friday look like? Which I think is the last day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we would like to have an excursion on the Friday, I think I would like to keep the Friday rather open. Just wrapping up a number of things. But I think I would like to keep the Friday afternoon easy and open. So if there's anything that we have to do on a one-on-one basis, there's room for that. If there's any open questions, we can tackle them. If we want to do some sightseeing in Addis, that's possible. But if people also have to fly out on the Friday afternoon, I would like to just keep the Friday afternoon open. So the Monday morning, the Friday afternoon, you're free to travel. But so let's say from Monday lunchtime until Friday lunchtime, we'll have full program.
Thank you.
Anything else like that's organizational, but on the content of the kickoff meeting, do you have any comments, questions, suggestions? No? Everybody happy? Good. Then I will put this together as an agenda and send it around. So we have that. And then also remember that there's a couple of questions that I would like you to think about beforehand. So once you come to the kickoff meeting, you're well prepared so that we can put in some serious work, because that will be our only option or only opportunity to be together and really work as a group together. Otherwise, everything else has to happen online, which is usually not as effective as really being in a group in one room. Right. Otherwise, any other business, any other questions, any comments? Nope. Great. Then we're just within an hour of recording. Osman, please save the recording. You can, Samuel just came on with the, hi Sam. You just wanted to greet or you wanted to say something?
I just wanted to greet.
Okay, good, great. Then, okay, well, then Osman, you can either upload it on the platform yourself or you send it to me and I upload it for you.
Okay,
That
okay,
would be
no
both
problem.
fine.
I can do it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Then I wish all of you a great day. Thank you for being here today.
Okay,
And then see you during the kickoff.
thank you.
Shall we have, oh, one more question. Shall we have another online meeting before the kickoff? Shall we have another one in 2 weeks or so?
I would say yes, just
Yes.
to
All right.
see about the invitation letters, maybe organizational stuff.
Yes.
Also, few, not all partners, but few of us, partner organizations, we need to prepare something for the kickoff meeting. So maybe if other colleagues, if you have questions for me or for Anya, we can also, jump in and help. And also all the partners, I would really suggest you to read the proposal, to see what your obligations are, so that also the rest of the partners know where they should help you, and also to know what they should expect from you and what you expect from them. So this will be the first time that we see each other, and I think that it's every single question that you have, that it should be discussed on the meeting.
Okay, then what I will do, I will put out another schedule planner, and everybody can vote again for a suitable date in approximately 2 weeks from now. Yeah. Hi, Aya.
Hi, Anya, I have sent you just an email. Please reply when you are out.
Okay, I'll have a
Thank
look
you
right
for the
now.
nice meeting, Anya. Thank you.
Okay, right. Is Sirpa here?
Yeah, I'm in Mozambique. It's heavy rains here and the internet is what it is, but I think I managed to hear most of it. I had to replace Sirpa, who is teaching. She will be
okay.
maybe yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. I'll check your email right now. Okay, then I wish you a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.
Before you go,
Bye.
just a quick one
Yes,
from
Dominique.
GetNet. How soon can we get the recommended places to book around
Oh,
where?
he already sent that out. It's also on the platform. I already booked my hotel, which is actually next to their office.
Is it on the Moodle or
Yes, it's on the Moodle. If you go under announcements, there's one announcement
Oh.
called GetNet Suggestions for Hotel or something like that. Yeah?
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, good. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
You.
Bye.
Very good.